This radio program is PG-13. Parents strongly caution some material may be inappropriate for children under the age of 13.
The following program is sponsored by Michael W. Smith. The views expressed on the following program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership.
Arizona, Phoenix, Brother Mike back on the radio, hardcorechristianity.com. Welcome to the program. Hey, thank you for tuning in. Today's Bible study, Bisexual Bachelor, Colin Underwood today on Hardcore. Welcome to Filthy Fridays. Thank you for tuning in today. Normally on the radio program, I ask you to call somebody and tell them the program's on. This one's a little touchy, so let's just keep this one in-house. Don't make that call. I'll make the announcements, you not make the call. This is Brother Mike. I'm the professional counselor at the Arizona Deliverance Center. Been doing the radio program for 19 years. Been a professional counselor for 39 years. Yes, I'm an older person, that's for sure. HardcoreChristianity.com is the website. We have 2 live services every week, Thursdays and Fridays, 7 o'clock. Preaching, teaching, healing, and deliverance at both services, both of them streaming on YouTube. YouTube.com/House of Healing AZ. Both the services streaming on Facebook. Michael W. Smith. Not the singer, the other one. The singer stole my name. Thinking about suing him. When you go to the website, sign up for a free seminar. Every other month we have a women's seminar. Every month we have, I teach a seminar usually on the last Friday of the month, usually. I also teach a deliverance training class on the 4th Saturday of the month at noon in the small sanctuary. During the summer, June, July, August, we have a children's deliverance service, preteens only, starting at 10 o'clock at the Deliverance Center during the summer. Sister Karen's on the homepage of the website. She'll be happy to list your house for sale. And we now have water baptisms. Send me an email. baptism@hardcorechristianity.com. If you need a receipt for your donations last year, another record year for us, and this year will be blowing the record completely out, 2021, huge. If you need a receipt for your donations in 2020, send me an email, mike@hardcorechristianity.com. Send it right out to you. The Bisexual Bachelor, Colin Underwood. You remember him, don't you? Hopefully you never even heard of The Bachelor or Colin Underwood, but some of you do watch The Bachelor. Some people, that's a very popular show. The ratings are very high. Well, anyway, an ex-NFL player named Colin Underwood, really good-looking guy, great body, really built, good athlete, very attractive male, very desired spouse who was a upfront Catholic who was a virgin. He came on the show never having had sex. He was on the show in 2019, by the way, if you happen to remember any of this. Well, anyway, he's in the news again, and I wanted to point out some spiritual aspects of this entire case. Colton Underwood, excuse me, did I say Colin? I meant Colton. He was raised in a Catholic family, and he was taught by his parents homosexuality was sinful. His parents got divorced when he was younger, and there was adultery involved, and lust demons got into Colton when he was young, and they started to morph his sexuality, and they gave him same-sex desires. They gave him desires for the same sex. Well, because of his moral upbringing in Catholicism, he beat these desires down and promoted heterosexual desires, so that he had developed kind of a bisexual internal operating system. He was bisexual. He had sexual desires for women. He had sexual desires for men. But the fear of sexuality with women was very high for him, so he never actually had ever had intercourse, and supposedly didn't have sex during the time he was on The Bachelor, even during the final group of women that he ended up with. Well, as you remember, the woman that he wanted rejected him. Her dad came to visit and said, "Hey, don't make a a rash judgment. He had met Colton and not all that impressed. Okay, not impressed. Her dad was not impressed with him. Well, recently he gave an interview to Robin Roberts. She's a lesbian on Good Morning America. Okay, she's the one that interviewed Jussie Smollett. And she's not really a journalist. She just interviews people on television. Jussie Smollett had completely snowed her. She was snowdrift above her head, interviewing that guy. So again, Robin Roberts gives these interviews to gay people and people who are dishonest, and that's what she normally does. It's just like another thing. It's no big deal. Well, anyway, he just recently gave an interview last month on Good Morning America and said he was gay. He finally came out with it. And then you look back on what had happened when he was on The Bachelor. The girl that he wanted left him, and so he went to her and talked her into coming back. So they became a hot item, and he got rid of the other two girls because he wanted this girl that lived in L.A. So he goes after her. They obviously struggled through their relationship. She finally dumps the guy. He then starts stalking her. And he starts developing phony personalities of people stalking him. He was actually stalking himself. And he was stalking her. It got so bad that in 2020 she had to go get a restraining order to get this guy to stop. And in a demonic prophetic word, there was a guy on The Bachelor when he was on the show who, Chris Harrelson was there with the guy, and he was telling him, hey, you might be the first gay bachelor in the history of the program. Well, Colton laughed it off because he was still hiding his sexual desires at that time. But it turned out to be prophetic. It's all over YouTube. You can get all this stuff on YouTube if you're interested in it. Hopefully you're not. But anyway, what is really interesting about it is that this is a typical scenario for a person who gets infected with sexual perversion demons when they're young. And they grow up in a religious home. Any kind of religion. Roman Catholicism, Protestantism, Islam, Hinduism, whatever it is. Many religions do not approve of homosexuality and teach that it is a sin. The Bible teaches it's a sin. In Leviticus and in Romans chapter 1, it couldn't be any clearer. Homosexuality is a sinful behavior, along with the other sins, fornication, pedophilia, all of it. Any kind of sexual sin is condemned in God's Word, and homosexuality in Islam is handled, in the Middle East anyway, violently. Many of them are physically beaten, tortured, or murdered if you're gay. Islam has zero tolerance for gays. None. Here in America, in Christianity, we're fine with it. It's just like another thing. Hey, you can get married here. Nobody's going to bother you. The churches are open and accepting to people who are gay. It's all good. It's cool. But in a Muslim country, no, you're taking your life in your hands. Somebody finds out you're gay. Literally taking your life in your hands. And so this guy grew up hiding his sexuality, beating it down, pushing it away, and forcing himself to be attracted to and be interested in females because he wanted to be heterosexual. He didn't want homosexual desires. But what he didn't know was these desires are caused by demons that get into your body and they hyperventilate your emotions and your physical sensations in the same way they do with alcohol and drugs and food and a wide range of addictions, medications, and so on. The demons get in your body and they hyperventilate, they hyper-accelerate your desires, and they get into your body before puberty. And as you go through puberty, they morph your sexuality to homosexuality or transgenderism or promiscuity, heterosexual promiscuity. All these things are caused by lust demons. The person doesn't know they have the demons, but they do know they have the desires and the inappropriate behaviors that respond to those desires, and they don't like it. I've worked with many pornography addicts over the years, and they don't want to be porn addicts. It is a horrible addiction to overcome, incredibly difficult, because the demons are so strong. And we've had people come to the Deliverance Center who are homosexuals and transgendered, and the war is significant to try to get these demons out of people. These kind of spirits are extremely powerful, extremely intelligent, and they dig in like Alabama ticks, and they will fight, literally fight, to keep from coming out. They are extremely powerful. Well, this Colin, what's the difference? This Underwood guy had all these sexual desires. He didn't want them. He wanted to change. He didn't want to be gay. He tried to hang on to this girl that he claims he loved in The Bachelor, and he just simply couldn't do it. And he became a stalker, and then the embarrassment was so dramatic, he gave up. And now he has come out as gay. And Hollywood and the media love the story, and Netflix is now giving him a reality show about his life as a come out of the closet gay. And that's what's going to happen. Now listen, if you have any form of these sexual perversions or desires that you do not want, you are not even acting on it. You have the desires that you have not acted on. You haven't sinned. Those desires are coming from a spirit in your body. That spirit can be removed. 602-636-5800. This is Filthy Friday with Brother Mike. You can be delivered. I've seen it happen. If you have these unclean spirits, these perversion demons, addiction demons, lust demons, you can be healed and you can be delivered. 602-636-5800. Please hurry.
The views expressed on this program are those of the host and not necessarily those of staff, management, or ownership. This program was sponsored by Michael W. Smith.